Now that you're with KL, I mean, when I spoke to you about KL, when we had our Kopio session last year, you said really good things about KL. You love the city, you love the vibe, you love the culture and everything. The footballing aspect of it, how is it like working with Boyan? Because we all know Boyan in the domestic scene, he is one of the best coaches. Wherever he goes, somehow he wins a trophy and he understands the Malaysian culture so well. So, how is it like working with this Croatian?
Well, I'm very, very, very lucky because my wife is half Croatian. So I
Ah,
have I
okay.
have I have a little peek behind the curtain of that culture. So when I met him, I sort of knew what to say and what to do. So I've been very lucky, you know. But and I say this once again with no disrespect to a beautiful country, but they are a absolute no nonsense people. So I came and when I met him the first time, I said, "Hey, you tell me what to do, I'll do it. If I make a mistake, you tell me what not to do, and I'll stop doing it." And he was like, "Fantastic." And that's the kind of coach that he is. And with me and him have a really, really good rapport. So do I with Nenad. And I could not say enough about the both of them. I think so highly of them. And I don't say this to name drop, I say it to add value to the compliment. But, I've seen Harry Redknapp work, I've seen Vilas Boas work, I've seen Gary Monk work, I've seen Tim Sherwood work. And for me, obviously I'm a bigger role in this team, but for me,
Yeah.
Boyan has such a good hold on the change room. When he wants to get you to work harder, he can, and when he wants to get you to calm down, he can. I think he's an excellent coach. I think also if I could add an extra layer, I think also the Stanley Bernard as the CEO adds another massive level of. He takes a lot of pressure off the team and we have like a very very good rapport. He's when he's in the change room, he allows us to feel welcome as well. So it's a combination of those three. But for me, last year Boyan just has a plan. He makes sure we always stick to it, and I couldn't say enough about him. I think he's an excellent coach.
Follow up the question you mentioned Nenad's name. Last season he was quite instrumental for KL, and a lot of players, whenever I mention the name Nenad, they light up. They call him a joker. He's always floating the
Yeah.
place and so on. But this season, he's not part of the backroom stuff. You've got a different team now. Shoko Adan, Miro, and also Boyan. So, what's the difference like? And how is this new backroom stuff working with Boyan at the moment, based on what you've seen so far?
Um. Yeah. Well, once again, I don't want this to sound like a. I feel like Nenad is a bit like my first love. The next girlfriend's never gonna be as good, unfortunately. So
Your wife
in
is
my
watching this.
yeah. So my metaphorically speaking, so hypothetically. So with Nenad, he's my first experience here. He's the guy who hugged me when the confetti's dropping and we're in Buka Jalil. He's always going to be that for me. And that's to take nothing away from Shuku, from Goran, from Miru, especially Shuku. I had him as a player last year. The boss is the boss.
The boss is the boss.
Um, but it's obvious. I feel like you can tell that it's different, but
Mm.
that's not necessarily bad. I think that's just how much of a compliment and how highly we think of Nenad.
Okay, in terms of growth, how much potential do you see in KL? Because last season they won the Malaysia Cup, and obviously expectations would be much much higher. And also being a city team, there's lots of potential in terms of marketing, the sponsorship, getting the
Huge.
players in and so on, the vibe and everything. So, is there anything in the pipeline being mooted by the management to ride on this? To make sure this keeps growing, this success story of KL becomes even better in the years to come.
I definitely think so. I definitely think so. I
Mm.
think we're trying to start to uh, outreach the community a lot more, and I think that's very very important. Stanley obviously Stanley and Jakob, they have great visions and plans. I just turn up and tell me what to do and where to smile. But I think that from the footballing side of things,
Mm.
I think that I've tried really, really hard since we've come back from the win to kind of control the expectation. And that was because I knew after last year, you get to the top, and unfortunately, there's only down. So I was trying so hard, to make sure everybody knew, like, listen, just because you win the Malaysia Cup doesn't mean we're going to have the same money as Johor or Selangor, Kedah. What we're trying to create is a sustainable, consistent club, and that's why I really, really believe that we have a team to be in the top five. And I think that we should try to consistently aim for that, because I think that will help the growth. If the city starts to learn that majority of the times that they come to the stadium, they have a good time, the fan base grows, the culture grows. But unfortunately, you have this super rich history and then this period of such dramatic inconsistency. You're getting promoted, then relegated, then promoted, and then this happens and that happens. And you're breaking the fans' hearts. They don't want to see that. Whereas I want you to feel that every time you come to the stadium, you know that 2 out of 3 times I'm going to put a smile on your face and you're going to go home happy to wear the red shirt. And that's what I think the main target should be.